Hey guys, Zook here, and I'm going to be giving away a killer secret. I can't believe I'm giving this away for free on YouTube, but I pretty much just want to get my name out there and want to give this to my subscribers. So this is a really good secret with enchanting and jewel crafting, and you don't need to be max enchanter. All you need is 325 enchanting and like 425 jewel crafting is good. So you're going to see there, I brought in 242 gold right here, and you're going to see at the end of this video I brought in a lot more by using this method. I brought in probably 700, close to 700 gold in only like 30 minutes of work. So you're going to see here he's 441 jewel crafting. I'm going to speed things up here a bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Serenite ore, I buy that out, and probably when it's just slightly over 1 gold per, I buy those out, and I try and get Eternal Earth for under 8 gold on my server. And this was in April of 2009 that I was doing this, so I'm not sure what it's like on your server now, but try and buy those Eternal Earth and Serenite ore whenever they're the cheapest on the auction house. So I'm going to speed things up here a bit. Basically what I'm doing is prospecting all of that Serenite ore, and you're going to see all my gems there on the left side. Sometimes I get lucky and get some blue gems, but mostly you're going to get green gems out of these, and you're going to see exactly what I do with those in this video to make a huge profit. You can see there I've got 3 scarlet rubies. Those are the best gems on my server. I'm not sure what's the best on yours, but those sell for about 80 gold a piece. Right there I'm making an icy prism. You want to make those whenever they're off a cooldown to try and get some extra blues. One scarlet ruby that I make that sells for a lot is that delicate scarlet ruby. That's the 16 agility one. Those sell for like 80 gold and they almost sell instantly, so I'd highly recommend getting that one. Basically what I'm going to do here is I use Auctionator to check out prices of what's on the AH and to list my items a lot easier. So here I'm looking at the yellow gems, and I basically want to see what's the most expensive gems on the auction house. So I do that by opening up my jewel crafting tab, and then I shift click on the item, and it automatically puts it in Auctionator. So I'm looking at Mystic Autumn's Glow. That one looks pretty good, 17 gold. So I'm going to make 3 of those. I'm going to list them. And by listing them, all I have to do is alt click the item in my bags, and it automatically calculates the price and puts it up there. So now I'm looking at the orange gems, and I can see which ones are going for the highest amount. I can undercut the other people. It just works out super well because you don't want to be making these things with a blindfold on. You don't want to be making a gem that's not going to sell for a lot of gold. You obviously want to make the ones that are selling and that sell for a higher amount, and this is the way you check it, is with Auctionator. So then I look at my blue gems and I shift click on them. I check the sparkly and the stormy, and the stormy sells for higher. It's always good to do your dailies so that you can get the more rare gems from Wrath of the Lich King. Those usually sell for a higher amount. So then I take those Eternal Earths, I turn them into crystallized earth, and with 2 crystallized earth and one of those green gems, I can make all these different rings and amulets. And I'm going to later disenchant these and turn them into infinite dust and greater cosmic essences, and you're going to see how much I list those for. You can see it's just a really simple process. Once my bags are full right there, I go to my postal add-on, or just my mailbox, and postal is the one that lets you send items in bulk. Obviously with default UI you can do that, but with postal you can it's really cool. You can open them all up in bulk. You don't have to click them all separately like you do with the default UI. So I highly recommend you get postal from curse.com if you're going to be sending these to an alt. If you've got jewel crafting and enchanting on your same character, then this process is going to go a lot faster. So it's just a matter of evening out those green gems. I obviously don't want to make a ton of sunrock rings and run out of my huge citrine, because you want to try and keep 3 to 5 of those green gems at all times in your bags for your dailies, because sometimes they ask for a couple of those. I usually just keep 3 to 5 just in case. Then I'm just gonna keep creating these items and sending them to my alt, And you're going to see here my alt, he's just got 325 enchanting, nothing special. Since these are only level 70 items, he can disenchant them. Um, so right there, I'm just sending those in the masses. I'm logging on, and I disable all my add-ons. I just want to enable Auctionator and Postal with my alt. You can see there, just in the amount of time that I've been making uh, those rings, I already got some extra gold. And those lesser cosmic essences didn't sell because I was testing something out. You almost don't want to try and sell those. The ones that sell are the greater cosmic essences. I was just testing something out, and you could see there they didn't sell. But then I'm going to disenchant all these. You can see sometimes you'll get lucky and get ×2 infinite dust from a level 70 item. You'll sometimes get ×2 lesser cosmic essence right there, ×2. And I'm basically just going to disenchant these, and going to list all of these dusts and essences on the AH. But like I said, this guy I've got is only a level 65, I think, and he's 325 enchanting. That's the main purpose that I use him for, is just for this secret. And it's a quick and dirty method to bring in a ton of amounts of gold for doing very little work. I mean, all you're doing is going to and from the auction house and the mailbox, and you can do this in any major city, obviously. All you're doing is turning those rings and amulets into enchanting mats and selling them on the AH for a huge profit. So right there with Postal, you can see I can just open up all of those items with one click. It's really nice. So then I'm just disenchanting these. You can see a lot of them are ×2, ×2, and I turn all of those lesser cosmics into graders right now. I've got almost 18 of those. Those go for about 13 gold a piece on my server. Infinite Dust go for about 4 gold a piece on my server. And like I said, I filmed this in April of 2009, so I'm sure prices are going to drop. But one thing I do want to mention that's really important is I would highly recommend that you save all of these dusts. I'm putting these up in the auction house, but Ulduar is coming out here soon, and anytime new content's coming out, you should save stuff like dusts and gems, because people are going to be wanting to enchant their gear, they're going to be wanting to gem their gear, and the prices of those are going to skyrocket in the AH. So you might as well be saving a lot of this stuff. Just bank it on your alts or whatever. Just don't be tempted to put it up in the AH. You should just wait for the new content. So right here I'm going to show you how I'm listing these dusts. Right there I could technically put 83 of those dusts up in the AH in stacks of 1, but the best way to do this is to add some variety to your quantities. You don't want to necessarily put them all up in stacks of 20, because that's not enough variety. You need to kind of look at what's selling, or what they create, what the item creates on wowhead.com. Like, you can see what Infinite Dust creates, and you can see what other people are doing. Some people are listing them in stacks of 10, some are listing them in stacks of 5 and 3. So I'm going to basically undercut those guys. And right here you can see I'm listing them now in stacks of 5. Those other ones were stacks of 1. I'm going to do 5 stacks of 5 for 19, almost 20 gold a piece. Then I'm going to split them up and do some stacks of 10 there for almost 40 gold. And the cool thing about dusts and any enchanting mats that you're listing, you can see there I've got them listing for 48 hours, and I don't have any auction house fees with them. So even if stuff doesn't sell, it's not a big deal. And most of the time all of these are going to sell. But that's the cool thing about this is like the only item in the game that you can list for 48 hours, and you don't have to deal with any fees from the auction house. So then I go back the next day and I look at what's sold, and you can see everything here. I made, what is that, 298 gold from that, and you can see there's still a bunch more still in the auction house. And then I go back to my main here to see all those blue gems that I listed. And you can see I take every opportunity to mine. Anytime I see a mining node, there's no reason not to mine it, just to get some extra gold. But right there you can see the huge amounts from selling all that stuff. That was 345 gold overnight, just from the blue gems alone. So if you add all that up, that's almost 700 gold for doing 30 minutes of work. It's just a huge amount, huge profit for having jewel crafting and enchanting. I hope that secret was useful to you. As you can see, I've got a URL going through this whole video, farmingwotlk.com, And I just discovered a new system that totally facilitates how you mine and herb in the game. I highly recommend that you check it out. I thought I just got lucky with this add-on, but it's something that everybody should know about. Not many people know about it, and I use it every day. It helps me to mine in the most efficient way possible. It's just a huge time saver. So if you got some time, go ahead and check that out at farmingwotlk.com, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube videos here as well. Thanks for watching, guys.